I woke up one day and decided to challenge myself as a Pokemon Nuzlocke. I settled on the infamous Emerald Kaizo and made it my mission to play the best that I possibly could. No battle items, no EVs, and the AI was always on high. This is how it went. After sniffing a line of cocaine, I swam to Dewford from Little Root Town to find my next encounter. And while I try to catch this pig monkey, I want to clarify that last episode I caught a Makuhita illegally because I was too tired to really know what I was doing. I've released it since Chimecho was my first encounter, and everyone but Nosepass has been leveled up. While some of these wild Pokemon only use normal moves, the fact that this is an area of high offensive fighting type Pokemon, it's going to be really hard to train my rock type who does pathetic damage even with the Gen 3 split that makes all of his moves physical. I'm going to have to switch train for the next 5 levels and heal after every single battle when I can even find a Pokemon because the encounter rate is just absolutely ridiculous. Nosepass is going to take a lot of work before he can really stand in his own, and even at like level 17 when he can stand in his own, the damage is just pathetically low. So I have a lot of work cut ahead of me, and I'm just going to keep grinding away. While I was healing, I noticed that half the escalator and like a fourth of the PC stopped existing, so I tried to figure out what was wrong. I even pulled up my cheat list to make sure I wasn't using any sort of game sharks, and I really wasn't. I wanted to show you guys, but I was absolutely surprised when I stepped outside to find that like half of the Hoenn region just got Thanos-snapped away. Closing the menu didn't change anything, reloading the game file didn't fix it, so I just kind of moved on and ignored it. I went ahead and caught this Clam Pearl while I was at it. Fighting the Grunt, I decided to leave with Nosepass to get it caught up, but I definitely didn't expect a self-destructing Ghastly or a surfing Sneasel. Charmeleon also needs a level or 2, but I constantly have to swap him out because of all the water, rock, and ground types, making me wonder if Charmeleon is a liability and not actually a rare, powerful find. Especially because lots of fighting types can learn rock moves, so I can't really use them for this next gym either. It's already obvious how much grinding I'll need to win and how hard that's going to be. So I went ahead and caught a Seal and just went about my way. I start building my team for Broly's gym, opting for flying type coverage while not being over leveled, and I keep Charmeleon, deciding to believe in him. The glitch PC looks equally creepy and awesome. I confidently walk into the gym and everything is just visible, the tiles are really weird, and I realized that I actually already beat the gym and saved and just completely forgot about it, so yeah. I went ahead and started over. I completely just caught up on everything else again, and I even erased all my save files and overwrote them. So now with this brand new quote-unquote team, I went ahead and fought the gym trainers, and it was honestly such a breeze. Now that everybody was so much stronger, and now that I was also fully prepared to go ahead and do this, everybody's leveled up, and I have Ivysaur as my big red button just in case. Nosepass dropped my entire team to like yellow or red though when I finally got to Roxanne, so Ivysaur just swept her. And just like that, I finally have my first badge again. This time around, my Dewford encounter was Makuhita, which honestly I'm more excited about than Mankey. I skipped the fishing encounter since I have enough water types, and I just focus on training Makuhita, aka Saboya Man, adding him to the party reserves. Training was a bitch and a half because not only do the wild mobs seem stronger than mine, but Makuhita simply can't take a hit, so with another 5 levels of switch training and constant healing ahead, what can I do but grind away? Wingo leveled up to the point where he learned Air Slash, which is really amazing and helped me get through every single gym trainer, but one had a surprise for me. With 45 HP, my Marshtomp could die to any single hit. Here's what happened. And now with the level 24 team, I was finally ready to fight Brawly. I started with Corphish simply because he's my favorite Pokemon to start with and because he can usually do some decent damage before he has to swap out. With the gorgeous crit Aerial Ace, we were off to a nice start. Knowing he'll tank a hit, Corphish flinches from the rolling kick, so time to swap. I wanted to save my big hitters for the real threat, so I go for Nidorina, hoping to get the poison point off on her Pokemon. Body Slam does great damage and not even really getting the stat boost, so Nidorina goes ahead and takes that out. Starting to learn Sludge Bomb, but now it's time to swap it out. I have to deal with this Poliwrath somehow, and I use Chimecho, not wanting to use my other big mons, and with the Psybeam, it's just an amazing self-healing wall that hits special. Chimecho's just fantastic. So out comes Hitmonchan, and even taking a super effective Shadow Punch, I take out the Hitmonchan, and unfortunately Hariyama, it's just doing a little too much, more than I can actually recover for myself, so I finally whip out Pelipper to deal with this big Fatmon, and I can tank the rock slide now that I'm fully evolved. Absolutely gorgeous. I decided not to learn Yawn here because Thunder Wave just has more accuracy, even though Yawn is buffed and I just want to play it safe. And that is how I beat Gym Leader Brawly. But we're not done because we still have all the activities to do in the cave. I didn't get to film it earlier, but I actually caught a Mawile. You guys probably saw it in my PC. And now it's time to actually do this underground ice puzzle, which I definitely didn't expect. I really just kind of used a combination of my intuition and my instincts, and I really just try to keep in my mind where I was seeing rocks so I knew what directions I wanted to head, and kind of also tried my best to pay attention to where the walkable spots were, and eventually the first floor, piece of cake. Second floor was actually much more of a doozy because getting to that first walkable spot was easy as hell, but it was only after dancing around and really squinting at the screen that I noticed that a certain patch was a different color of blue, and that's where I knew where I could walk. So we finally made it to Steven, and I have a long way to go before I can fight Watson. Time to start grinding away.
Turn your appearance to a disappearance. I fuck with nothing but gangsters, nothing but hustler niggas. Sound off, sound off.